I've used a lot of robot vacuums over the years, and honestly, most of them end up having the same problem. They're supposed to save you time, but somehow they still create extra work. Like I've had robot vacuums get stuck on a leg of a standing desk and just sit there, spinning its wheels over and over until the battery dies. And then I wake up the next morning realizing that cleaning never happened because the robot got stranded halfway through the house. And if you've owned one before, you know the routine before you started cleaning. You're looking around the house thinking, are there cables on the floor? Did I leave shoes out? Is there anything under the chair that's gonna cause problems? So half the time you end up moving stuff onto the kitchen counter or onto your couch before the robot even starts cleaning, which defeats the entire point. But for the last month, I've been using the Matic, and it's the first robot vacuum I've used where I mostly just let it do its thing and trust it to not get itself stuck somewhere. Not because it's perfect. It definitely has limitations, but it's noticeably smarter about navigating real spaces than most robot vacuums I've used before. And after living with it for a while, I realized that matters more than almost any other feature these companies advertise. The biggest reason it feels different is the navigation. Instead of relying mostly on LiDAR like all the other cool robot vacuums, Matic uses 5 onboard cameras to build a real-time 3D understanding of your house. And honestly, yeah, the first time you hear robot vacuum with cameras, it sounds concerning because, yeah, nobody wants more cameras in their house. But to Matic's credit, all of the processing happens directly on the robot itself. Nothing gets uploaded to the cloud or sent somewhere else for processing. Everything stays local on the vacuum, which honestly feels like the only acceptable way to do something like this. And you can actually see the difference when it's moving around. Most robot vacuums feel reactive. They bump into things and they back up and they turn and they try again. And God, it drives me nuts. Matic usually notices obstacles before it even gets there. Cables, chair legs, shoes, random clutter in your furniture. It handles that stuff way better than most robot vacuums I've used. Not flawlessly, I don't want to oversell it, but there's a huge difference between occasionally confused and constantly needing supervision. And Matic leans much more toward the first one. There are many nights where I schedule it to clean downstairs while I'm sleeping upstairs. And with most robot vacuums, I'd honestly be nervous waking up to find it trapped under a chair somewhere after cleaning for like 12 minutes. But after a while with the Matic, I kind of stopped checking on it. And weirdly, I think that was the moment I realized I trusted it more than any other robot vacuums I've used. Not because it was doing anything flashy, just because it consistently handled normal household obstacles without creating problems for itself. And honestly, that's probably the biggest compliment I can give something like this. The app, I gotta say, it's surprisingly good. Usually robot vacuum apps feel very generic, the flat maps, the cluttered menus, kind of awkward controls. But no, the Matic app is actually one of the cooler parts of the experience. Watching it build a live 3D map of your house is weirdly satisfying. And once it learns the layout, the controls feel supernatural. You can tap specific rooms, set schedules, check cleaning progress, or just watch where it's going in real time. Like literally that's my leg. And the 3D aspect genuinely makes it feel more connected to what the robot is actually doing. Most vacuum apps feel like an illustration of your house, just very generic. This actually feels like the robot understands the space it's in, and after a few weeks, you start building routines around it. I usually schedule my cleanings for late at night or early in the morning, and because it's quieter than most robot vacuums, it never really became annoying. Now, I would not call it silent. You still hear it. It still sounds like a vacuum, but it's more like background noise. It's definitely less obnoxious than some of these other vacuums I've used before. I mean, it's quiet enough where I'm comfortable letting it clean downstairs overnight while I'm sleeping upstairs, which is something I don't always do with robot vacuums I review. Now, the size actually helps more than I expected. Matic has this smaller, squarish design compared to a lot of robot vacuums, and it definitely helps it fit into tighter areas. Now, it still can't magically get under every piece of furniture, like, certain bar stools and tighter spaces can still be awkward, and it's going to miss it depending on your setup. But compared to some of the larger, very circular robot vacuums I've used, it definitely feels more maneuverable around the house. The brush roll situation has also been pretty solid so far. If you've ever had to cut tangled hair out of a robot vacuum with scissors, you already know why this matters. Matic's design does seem noticeably better about avoiding hair tangles, and while I still had to clean it occasionally, it was way less maintenance than some of the other robot vacuums I've used in the past. Which honestly matters more long-term than companies arguing over tiny differences in suction power. Because the biggest problem with robot vacuums usually isn't the cleaning performance, it's maintenance fatigue. Oh my God, if something's constantly getting tangled, stuck, clogged, or just needs attention, eventually you're gonna stop using it. Matic feels like it was designed by someone who actually understood that problem. The mopping system was also better than I expected. Most vacuum and mop combos I've used kind of feel compromised, I guess. Like technically they do both jobs, but neither particularly well. Matic automatically switches between vacuuming and mopping depending on the surface. And the nice part is you don't really have to think about it much. You're not constantly changing modes or micromanaging settings. You mostly just tell it to clean and let it figure things out. And then eventually you check the dust bag and realize, okay, yeah, I mean, it's definitely doing something. You know, not in some dramatic, like, oh my God, look at this unbelievable amount of dirt. Just, you know, like, oh yeah, it's a vacuum doing vacuum things. And I didn't even think my floors were that dirty, but there we go. Now, obviously it's not perfect. It's expensive. And I still don't think robot vacuums completely replace regular vacuums yet, especially, you know, for corners, edges, or certain deep cleaning situations. There are still places it cannot reach. There are still occasional moments where it gets confused. But overall, I do think that this is one of the more convincing versions of the robot vacuum that I've used. It feels less like a dumb appliance randomly bouncing around your house and more like something that actually understands the environment it's in. And honestly, that changes the experience way more than extra suction power or marketing buzzwords ever will. If you want to get yourself the Matic vacuum, check out the link down below in the description. And if I have access to a coupon code, I will share that with you in the description as well. Thanks for watching.